Good evening. My name is Anat Salyer, and I'm the proud principal of Moon Valley High School. And it is my pleasure to welcome you to the class of 2020 graduation. Although this is not the venue we would have chosen for our seniors, I still feel fortunate given the opportunity to celebrate them and their great achievements. For our 340 Moon Valley graduates, this evening is the start of a future filled with possibility for each of them. This commencement is the culmination of 4 years of their hard work and dedication and is the beginning of future accomplishments. You will now get to hear from our student body president, Anissa Martinez, our senior class president, Savannah Huff, and our top 1%, Anne Marie Wynn, Alyssa Inc., and Desiree Lujan.
Picture this. You are at the store. Everyone is wearing gloves, face masks, staying 6 feet away from each other, and there's no toilet paper. We never thought we would see this in real life, yet this is no longer an imagination. It's our painful reality. Good evening, teachers, parents, family members, friends, and most importantly, the class of 2020. My name is Anissa Martinez, and I'm the student body president. I'm going to be completely honest with you. This is the hardest thing I've ever had to write, simply due to the fact that I know for me, it has been the greatest 4 years of my life. Yet we were never granted a proper goodbye. It's crazy to think that our last day of school was not on May 14th, but on March 13th. Right before our eyes, the world froze. COVID-19 has put a dent in our memories, experiences, and impacted the way we view the world. We were robbed of our prom, our senior sunset, a typical graduation, and our last precious day at Moon Valley. But instead of dwelling on the negative, I say we turn our heads around together and focus our attention to the small victories we as a society have accomplished. 80 years ago, our country was pulled into a war many did not feel we belonged in. The bombing of Pearl Harbor forced hundreds of thousands of teens to hear the call our country was heralding. These young men and women were later dubbed the greatest generation. People from every age group volunteered for war. Young women worked in factories building planes and ships in order to end the tyranny of fascism. Now we are in another war against an invisible army, but one that has disrupted the world and must be stopped. I am proud to say my generation has heard this call, and we have answered. We are donating plasma with precious protective antibodies. We are volunteering at our Veterans Hospital. We are stocking shelves at Fry's, and we are preparing boxes at St. Mary's Food Bank so families have food on the table. My generation is here. We hear the cries, and we are answering. We have already sacrificed so much, and we are willing to put our lives on hold in order to come to the aid of our world. One day, in the not-so-distant future, I hope our generation will be looked upon as one that sacrificed, served, and acted selflessly. My personal high school experience was one I'll never forget. For me, the biggest challenge I had to overcome was the doubt of others. Never would I have thought I would be the student body president of Moon Valley. I was surrounded by people who thought I wasn't fit to do the job. For a while, I let that hold me back, but one day I told myself I was worth more than that, and people believed in me. Now, I am standing here on stage as your student body president, filled with memories of speaking to all of you at assemblies and making connections with people I never would have expected. One thing I want people to take from my experience is to always believe in your own capabilities and to not let the doubt of others keep you from your goals. Under all that hate and fear of failure were people that believed in me. I want to thank my mom, my dad, my sister Audrina, my supportive family, my closest friends for always pushing me to be the best that I can be. I would also like to thank some of my teachers, Miss Serafini, Miss Rab, and Mr. Scafone for believing in me when I did not believe in myself. My fellow peers, we are strong, we are united, and we have the power to change the world. Yes, the challenge we are facing today is a bump in the road, along with others to come, but we will be the change that makes the world become a better place. Thank you.
Good afternoon, teachers, family, friends, and my fellow graduates. My name is Savannah Huff, and I am the senior class president. I am so lucky to be up here giving a speech honoring the senior class of 2020. This has always been a dream of mine to not only succeed in high school, but to be able to say I did it. The past 4 years of high school was genuinely a roller coaster, but we are all here now. Our class has dealt with so much chaos, but has kept up strong spirits. COVID-19 is such a horrible pandemic, and it took away most of our desired moments as seniors. Moments that make the past 4 years seem like it was worth it. Moments that we have all been eagerly anticipating. Most of us caught senioritis early on, and after spring break we told ourselves we would try a little harder this last quarter. We would put in the best effort to make our families and teachers proud. However, the road got a little bumpy and we had this huge obstacle thrown in our way. But I am here today and proud to say that we did it. We overcame that obstacle and we survived high school with the help of our dedicated teachers and loving families. It has been magical to watch all of us change from those naive little freshmen excited to be in high school to now these level-headed seniors ready to start our next chapter and seek out our futures. Every graduating class leaves their mark on Moon Valley's campus in some special way, and our class is no different. On behalf of the graduating senior class of 2020, I would like to announce our senior gifts. We will be purchasing nameplates to place outside of the teachers' classrooms to make it easier to find a specific room. We'll also be getting a custom-made map of campus created that can guide all students and visitors to all the special spots at Moon Valley. We want to help direct future rockets into their new home with confidence and ease. Everyone deserves to have a light to guide them through their time at Moon Valley, and these 2 items will be on campus forever to be this light for new students, families, and visitors. Aside from everything we have all dealt with, we made memories throughout all 4 years. Those memories will never leave us. They are what make us who we are today. Always remember this day because we are part of a great story. Thank you for letting me be your senior class president. It has truly been an honor. Congrats, class of 2020.
Hi, my name is Ann Nguyen, and I am one of the 3 proud top 1% students. I would first like to say thank you to the district, our principal, Mrs. Sawyer, our assistant principals, our counselors, especially Ms. Gentry and Mr. Ramsey, our teachers, and the countless Moon Valley staff for not giving up on us during these times and helping us all get to where we are now. Thank you to my friends who have been there for me since middle school, and my friends now who have become my confidant and my first ever sleepover buddy. Thank you, my 6 younger siblings, for helping me learn how to be a leader and a teacher. My 3 cousins who have been my childhood friends, my dad, Cindy, Bekjol, and uncle, for helping me learn responsibility and how to have fun. Cảm ơn cô Cơm, nói, con cảm ơn nhiều lắm. And hello to everyone who has joined us on this day which defies all odds, this day which many of us did not think would come to fruition. While I was writing this speech, I did not know whether we would be sitting together in a room or sitting together through a screen in a room. But here we are, and what mighty things we have been through, class of 2020. 2 years ago, the class of 2018 worried if they would get to experience prom and if their last day of school would be extended. Then we, as the class of 2020, worried if we would get to experience prom and had to go through our last day of school without knowing it. 1 year ago, the class of 2019 was forced to graduate, missing a dear classmate. And we, as the class of 2020, must graduate missing our dear classmates. Since freshman year to now, we have been through the greatest ups and the most tragic downs. Remember when we were freshmen and we thought that we were kings? Or that kid in a group named after trees? I remember like it was yesterday, sitting in the passenger seat of my dad's truck, as I proudly declared myself the king of middle school, who would soon become a nerdy freshman, and in a trash can, I'd be stuck. But everything was fine, except for that bonfire which blazed as if it had its own mind. I remember like it was yesterday, sitting in the passenger seat of my dad's truck, as I exclaimed how it was crazy I was now going to be a sophomore, and my 5-year-old brother turned to me and said, "No, I'm softest." It was a tough year for all of us, teachers included. But we made it through, no matter how much we wanted to give up. I remember like it was yesterday, sitting in the passenger seat of my dad's truck, as I cheered how I was now an upperclassman, a junior, as I thought to myself, if only time could pass by sooner. With all the national and state tests we took, it might have been the most we've ever heard people tell us, "Good luck." I remember it like it was yesterday, sitting in the passenger seat of my dad's car, as we drove past Glendale Community College, and I told my dad, "Can you believe it? I'm gonna be done with school soon." while he looked at me with the most curious face and told me I still had 4 years of high school. But I, at the time, the all-knowing 7-year-old, could not believe my ears. High school? What is that? I hoped it would pass by soon, and that it did. From when we learned that the French word for yellow was jaune, like our one classmate who's like Troy Bolton, a basketball player and a theater kid. Or that we'd go down in history books with red for Ed, and now as the students who made it through COVID-19. Or even from when we walked into AP US history and Sherlyn would always ask if it was time to kill Lincoln. To now, as many of us hope for a way of killing the coronavirus so we could go back to our senior year. Now before we part ways, there's one last thing I'd like to say. We are the class of 2020 because we are the ones with the 2020 vision to change our world, even if your world only includes you. Like a ripple, the way we treat ourselves is how others will be affected. I am here not because I am smart, but because I worked hard, sacrificing one set of memories for other memories. While many of you went to the Freshman Fall Festival, I worked on geometry homework, even though I really wanted that free shirt. And while you attended the sophomore homecoming dance, I contemplated my future, no matter how much it made my head hurt. Then came junior prom, while I was eating at World Buffet with my family, and asked what such a dance could be worth. Last, the senior homecoming game. I chose to stay at home and practice for the SAT. Despite all of this, I'm still going to the same school as a handful of you, ASU. So before you go and label anyone, including yourself, remember that you are what you think you are. You're as smart as the person next to you until one of you decides to give up. You're as brave and as honest as the person next to you until one of you decides to back down. So instead of looking into the future, look at where you are now. You'll never see what's on the other side of that mountain until you take each day and treat it like a step forward. But to do that, you must look at what path you're on today before you can see which path you will be on tomorrow. So as Mr. Feeney from Boy Meets World said, dream, try, and do good. Work hard, but like a lot of us have learned, treat each day like it's our last. Make memories, have fun, and laugh. But don't forget to care for yourself. That is what my journey to being here has taught me. I'm proud we made it this far, my fellow class of 2020. Thank you for being part of our everlasting adventure.
My fellow seniors, it is an honor to be able to speak in front of you today as we open up another chapter of our lives. For the majority of you who do not know who I am, hi, I'm Alyssa. You might have seen me in a band uniform at a game, you might have seen me helping out at a school function, or you might have even seen me walking to the rocket shop for lunch. It's kind of my job to be corny right now, so I don't regret saying that despite where you might have seen me, or if you did at all, I was first and foremost a student at Moon Valley. Saying that, there was no way I could have survived all the assignments and tests without the clubs and student communities that I was a part of. There's a game that we played in marching band at every halftime that I'd like to share with you all. If you've never played it, it's weird to watch, but basically you form a circle and a handful go into the middle and run around screaming a song until they pick another player and switch places, and that leaves a new group inside the circle. It goes around and around like that until fourth quarter, and I'm only revealing this because I think it's a great metaphor for high school. We were running around in circles, freaking out, and when we rested, we were still freaking out. Through an untrained eye, it looks like pure chaos, and while we may not have always known what was going on, we were nonetheless a community of sweaty teenagers. Now that the game is over for us seniors, we can walk back to the bleachers exhausted, grab a bottle of water, and get ready for the next game to be introduced as we head off to our new lives. I, like all of you, have worked hard throughout high school, so I have no doubt that we will all go on to achieve great things. As all successful people do, though, we have to remember to turn back and say thank you to those who helped along the way. So, thank you to my parents for making sure I do my homework. Thank you to Zimmerman for letting me be a weird band kid. And thank you to Miss Rab for grading us way harder than the AP test. Most of all, thank you to you guys, Moon Valley's best class yet, for being my community these 4 fantastic years. It's been an amazing roller coaster of a journey, but go on, you have other things to do now. Thank you.
I'd like to start by saying welcome. My name is Desiree Lujan, and today I'm speaking to you as one of the top 1% of your class. First, I'd like to congratulate Alyssa and Ann for also being top 1% and just brilliant women in general. Following that, I'd like to congratulate all of you here today. Despite the circumstances the world brings, you made it. You did that. I understand the devastation of not being able to experience the traditional graduation ceremony, but at the end of the day, what about our class's traditional? We finished high school, and we still did so even when life felt impossible or as if the world was against us. In the 4 years I've spent at this school, I've seen changes in myself and almost all around me. I know it may seem impossible, heartbreaking, but what truly matters is that you're here. You stuck through. I'm supposed to talk about my accomplishments and how I became the woman standing here today. However, nothing I did here is something you all haven't done yourselves. You kept going, that is all. You took everything life threw at you and said, well, it can't get any worse, right? And now we're having a graduation ceremony online. You all need to know that if it wasn't for your dedication, your perseverance, or your consistent effort to be successful, you wouldn't be making this moment possible. For the class that has dealt with so much and asked for so little in return, you deserve any recognition you can get. Regardless, I hope you take this time to digress and reflect upon your lives. Big changes have happened and will continue to do so. Are you ready? Take this as a moment to understand and love yourself and prepare for the next chapters of your life, because with our luck, they're gonna hit us hard. But no matter what, remember what you stand for and everything you have to do to achieve your goals. Go where you want, see who you need to see, and just do what makes you happy. As Harry Styles once said, if you're happy doing what you're doing, then nobody can tell you you're not successful. So thank you for listening to me ramble on. I truly made the most of the years I had here, and I hope you did too. I'm just gonna leave with this. 9/11, we're born through that. Red for Ed, we marched that. Graduation, we walked it. Well, not really, but you know what I mean. At the end of the day, you have endured so much and you still are here today. I wish you all nothing but happiness in the future. Thank you.
Moon Valley High School confers its highest academic honors by designating the top 1% of the graduating class. I'm pleased to celebrate with you these 3 students who you've heard from tonight: Anne Marie Nguyen, Alyssa Inc., and Desiree Lujan. These students graduate tonight with highest distinction and will receive a gold medallion. I would also like to acknowledge those students who are ranked academically in the top 10% of this class. While I will not be listing each of them individually to you, I would still like to applaud their accomplishments as honor graduates. They will be receiving red cords. I would also like to note that students receiving a red, white, and blue honor cord will be entering the military upon graduation. I would like to show our appreciation for those graduates as well. This year, we proudly celebrate Moon Valley's 54th graduating class. I want you to rewind to your first day of high school. I imagine many of you had feelings of nervousness and excitement. You were being presented with a new challenge in a new environment with new people. Class of 2020, not only did you survive high school, you embraced and conquered those challenges. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "What lies behind us and what lies before us are small matters compared to what lies within us." Class of 2020, you all have greatness and resiliency within you. Your dedication, work ethic, and commitment to excellence is a reflection of your character and has prepared you for future successes. You've experienced success in the classroom, during competition, and on stage. Your final achievement is impressive. As a class, you have earned over $7 million in scholarships and grants. Graduates, your accomplishments will leave a lasting legacy at Moon Valley High School. I want to thank each of you for your leadership that you have provided to Moon Valley. I wish you continued success as you strive to reach your personal and professional goals. Always work hard, be kind, and take care of one another. On behalf of the faculty, staff, and administration at Moon Valley High School, we wish you continued success. Congratulations, class of 2020. It is now my honor to introduce the GUHSD Governing Board President, Ms. Pam Reichs, who will share a few remarks and accept the Moon Valley High School graduates of 2020.
Good evening. My name is Pam Reichs, and I am the president of the governing board for the Glendale Union High School District. On behalf of the entire board, it is my pleasure to congratulate the class of 2020 from Moon Valley High School. We know you have worked extremely hard to be where you are today, and we are so very proud of you. At this time, as a member of the governing board of the Glendale Union High School District, and by the authority vested in me by the Constitution and the laws of the state of Arizona, I accept and confirm that the students who have met all graduation requirements will receive diplomas. Mrs. Salyer, please present the class of 2020.
Class of 2020, the time has come. This is the day our tiresome mornings, our 13 years of education, and our sleepless nights are finally receiving the recognition they deserve. As we all take our first steps into the real world, I want to remind you of one special thing. You have control over your own destiny. Future moms, dads, doctors, entrepreneurs, your past and your struggles do not define you. You are in complete control. If life pushes you, push it back 10 times stronger. You all have successes waiting for you, and beyond the walls of Moon Valley, your future awaits. We might have not walked up and down those steps, but we made it. A huge thank you goes out to our admin and the teachers who have done everything in their power to make the rest of the year as normal as possible. Most importantly, I would like to thank the class of 2020 that has made me proud to be a Rocket. I have been with the majority of you all since freshman year, and the fact that I am up on this stage giving my last goodbye to those I have grown with, experienced the best memories with, and have suffered the greatest challenges with is absolutely breathtaking. Finally, thank you for allowing me to be your student body president. It is because of you that I believe in myself more than I ever did before, and you should too. You all have taught me that even though we are such a diverse crop at Moon Valley, we all complement each other in the best way. All right, Rockets, this is a time we've all been waiting for. Now, let's all move our tassels to the left and celebrate a new chapter in our lives. Congratulations, class of 2020, we made it!
Students, parents, and guests, this concludes our event for the evening. In closing, I would like to congratulate the class of 2020 just one more time. As a celebration, we will be lighting our stadium football lights tonight at 2020, which is 8:20 p.m. in military time. You should feel so very proud of all of your accomplishments and getting to this moment. We wish you the best of luck with everything you achieve and happiness in whatever you do. Have a wonderful evening.